Hello everyone, my name is Nia. If you have seen me before, it's probably because you've seen me on a page, on a YouTube page for Hair's Talent, because you were interested in getting the Gina Curl. And if you haven't seen me before, I get this thing called the Gina Curl, and I've been on a lot of videos on Hair's Talent's page and for Gina Rivera because I love them and I love the Gina Curl, and really I've been wanting to make this video where I just really talk about my experience with the Gina Curl, and also a lot of people ask me questions about the Gina Curl and I really just want to help and help people make the decision that's best for them. So with that said, I am doing this FAQ video. I hope it's not trash. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna let you know right off the bat that this is not gonna be one of those hyper edited videos because I don't know how to do that, and I was trying to do that and I did film something and it was trash because I couldn't edit it and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Sorry, what the heck I was doing. So I didn't know what the heck I was doing, so I was like, okay, well, it looks like I need to re-record and just do it 100% through in one take and try not to make any mistakes. So just warning you that this is what this video is gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna try not to curse, but I don't curse that much anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna get started because what do you have to wait for? What's the point of that? Alright, so I'm looking down at my notes so that I make sure to answer all the questions. So number one, basically I'm going to describe, starting off, I'm just going to describe my hair a little bit. So before I was doing the Gina Curl, or I ever did the Gina Curl, I'm going to be honest, I really don't know what my curl pattern was. I wasn't like super into that. If I know people, like I've had my cousin told me that I'm like 4A maybe, or 4B, so I'm definitely 4. There's no doubt about that, but I couldn't tell you like I was A or B or C. Like when people ask, I give them my best guess, and it was 4A, but I really wasn't into that. I was more into like, I guess like if I was low or high porosity hair, and it's definitely low porosity, so yeah. But that's it. I went natural for 3 years, 3 years. I think either 2.5 years or 3 years. I wasn't like counting down because I just didn't care that much about my hair. When I was going natural, I mostly wore braids. So, yeah. And then how long? So I had the Gina Curl, actually. I've had the Gina Curl. So we're in 2020 now. God help us, please. We're in 2020 now, March 2020. We're quarantined. What's up, all my quarantine people out there? I feel your pain. All my Aries, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, but you know, there's gonna be a really bomb-ass, what are they called? There's gonna be a bomb-ass function for you once we're out. I promise. I promise. I see it. But anyway, it's 2020 now. I think I got my first Gina Curl in 2017. I think it was like 2017. It was either 2017 or 2018. But I've had it for at least a year, over a year. Definitely over a year. Probably over 2 years. Probably 2 years, if not 2 years. Sorry. If not like a year and a half, 2 years. That's what I meant to say. So I think I've had the Gina Curl for quite some time. so I have experience with it, and like it's been mostly positive experience. So and that's coming from someone who's been doing the Gina Curl for like over a year. You can say over a year, definitely. So really quickly about my hair before. When I was before I started, I was before I started my hair journey, period, I was relaxed like a lot of young black girls are. And I had my hair relaxed. And I had my hair relaxed for like a long time, like even before I like remember my hair was relaxed. Like that was just all I knew. And I was doing that for like probably like definitely over 10 years. You can say that, definitely over 10 years, because I had it. I remember having a relaxer like in grade school. And then having and then continuing through high school, and even all throughout, or not all of undergrad, but like I think until like my junior year of undergrad. So I was relaxed. Then I went natural because I was like, I'm just tired of this, you know? And I was seeing so many girls. I was big on Tumblr. Not like I was big on Tumblr, but I liked being on Tumblr a lot. And I saw a lot of girls with like big fros and cute braids and all these different things, and I was really feeling it. So I was like, oh, you know, I want to try that. Like, so I tried it and it was good, but I'm lazy. I'm really lazy when it comes to my hair. Like, I'm really lazy. So I would like do it, and I would do like half of it because I'd get tired and I'd be like, I'm not doing it anymore, and I would really just walk out with my hair half done because I just didn't give a fuck. Sorry, I just didn't give a. And so I would. So at a certain point, I was like, you know what? Let me go natural, but get my hair like straightened, like by the Dominicans, because that's also what I knew, like getting my hair put in rollers and then putting like a tubie in my hair, like when they wrap it up. And I was used to that, you know, with my permed hair, like, or relaxed hair. I was into that with like my relaxed hair because it would still come out like nice. It would come out with body. It would come out like nicely. And I just figured like, oh, my natural hair would do the same thing. It didn't. I would go to the Dominicans and they'd be like, your hair's too thick. We gotta like, you know, instead of putting it in rollers, they were like, your hair's too thick. Instead of putting it in rollers, we're gonna like blow it wet, like blow dry it while it's wet. And I was like, okay, sure, that's fine. I did that, and then I came out and I was like so mad because a week or two later I was like, I'm like natural, but my hair is breaking off still. And then I realized it's because of the heat. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop, because like what's the point of going natural if all I'm gonna do is like break my hair off with heat? What's the difference? So then after that, I was like, I don't like doing my hair myself, but I also don't want it to break off. What am I gonna do? And then at this time, crochet braids were getting big, so that's when I was like literally like wearing crochet braids for like 2-3 years, maybe 2.5 years straight. And that was my natural, right? And so I was like, what's the point? Like, I hated the feeling of, I guess I was so used to like my relaxed hair, when it was out, and even with my natural hair when it was out, like that feeling of like my hair being out, because I was never like big on wearing like extensions and stuff like that. Like I was never that kind of girl. And if you are, more power to you, because I just wasn't like, that just wasn't it for me. Like I'm not saying it's not a good look. It just isn't it for me. And so I was like, well, what can I do? So then I was going crazy on the internet, like just trying to figure out what can I do. And then I loved YouTube, and I guess enough searches on natural hair came up with Hair's Talent. And I saw it and I was like, I'm doing that. And I did it. And I was really nervous, so I understand everyone's questions. I was really nervous. I had mad questions for her. I was like, I don't know if this is the best thing I should do. Like, I don't want to have to, like, I just did all this work just to become natural and have healthy hair, and like, you know, be that girl with that hair, like, you know what I mean, like, be that girl. And I was so scared, and I had so many questions, and I was so afraid, and I kept asking my friends, like, should I do it, should I do it? And I can say, looking back now, that I am very glad I did it, because I don't think there was a lot of people who had done it previously. Like, there wasn't enough people before me who had recorded their experiences to, like, say, like, no, this is it, sis, like, you're good. So I really took a chance, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it. And I am actually very glad that I did it and I stuck with it. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit further. It's already 12 minutes. Yeah, get a grip. But it was good, and I had a good time, and I'm still having a good time with it. I'm still enjoying it. And yeah, so let me continue, because this is probably gonna get hella long. So super long. I don't know if hella is a bad word, sorry. Anyway, okay, so talked about my brief hair history. So now we're gonna get into like the actual questions that I get, the actual, like, you know, questions that people on Instagram DM me with. So, how do I get breakage? Number one question. Do I get breakage and shedding? Yes, I get breakage, but it's like the same amount of breakage as I got when I was natural. Like, it's not crazy. Like, there was like, if you've ever been relaxed, you probably got a lot of breakage. Like me, I had a lot of breakage when I was relaxed, and it was like anytime I put my hands through my hair, it was like 10 strands of hair or something like that. And now it's like, I don't want to pull it and mess it up more. But it's not like, I'm not afraid to touch it. I'm not afraid for the wind to blow through my hair or anything like that. And it's been pretty good. So I don't want to tell basically I say that to say, because I don't want anyone to think you're gonna walk out and have no breakage or anything like that. Like, you're gonna get breakage, but your natural hair breaks and sheds, and that's just the way the world is. Think about how your hair would look if you actually kept every strand of hair on your head, like, all the time. It might be really thick, you know? But that's another discussion for another day. If you guys want me to, like, make more videos and also upload, like, how much, like, real time, how much breakage and shedding I get, I can do that for you, because I want to be honest, I want to be forthright with everything, and I want everyone to know how my experience has been. Okay, next question. So, how do I maintain it? What products do you use? So as I said, I'm a lazy girl and I do wash and goes a lot. I do a lot of wash and goes, and that's it. Like, people message me like, have you straightened your hair? Have you braided your hair? Have you done this and that? And the answer is no, I haven't, because I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. Sorry, because like for me this is fine. It's fine. What products do I use? So I use a lot of the Main Choice. I love the Main Choice, especially that the yellow, the cherry blossom, the caution, proceed with caution line. I'm sorry, if I knew how to edit, I will put it in there, but I really don't. I really don't know how to edit. Sorry guys. But yeah, I use that, the shampoo and conditioner. This past wash and go, which my hair doesn't look super defined, which is not, that doesn't bother me. If that bothers you, something that really defines my hair is the Camille Rose Naturals Butter Whip Gel. Aloe vera, aloe butter whip cream gel or something like that, butter gel. That really defines my hair, and it makes my hair feel super soft. I love it. That will define your hair more if you're big on definition. I am not really, you know, I just feel like how it's gonna be is how it's gonna be, and I'm okay with it. Like, I'm sure it looks bad to some people right now, but that's okay for me. It does look bad. I slept on it. Like, I haven't really done much to it. I know Gina's probably, if she's watching this video, she's probably so mad. She's like, what? You haven't done anything to your hair? Sorry, I haven't. But I think it looks fine. I think it looks great, actually. So, and also, it probably looks a little funny because there's lighting and something about cameras that I don't understand that makes it look like this. So, yeah. But yeah, I use a lot of Main Choice. If you want a little bit more definition, use that Camille Rose Naturals. My last wash and go I used the Camille Rose Naturals, like their leave-in line, the honey and the latte, and my hair is so like, and it smells so good, so I'm very happy with those products. If you want your hair to be super soft, try those. Natural, relaxed, whatever you are, do it. Cool. How does it look after your hair? This is another question I get a lot. So how does it look after your hair grows, like it's been a few months and you have new growth? Like this. It looks like this, because right now I have like what? Maybe it's been like maybe 4 or 5 months, around there. So you could really see it, but I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine. And if you're not one of those girls, or if you're not one of those, like, here's what I tell people usually when they ask me this. I say it looks fine, but I'm not one of those people who are like, you know, my edges always have to be done. Like, when I do a ponytail, it always has to be, you know, eyebrows snatched off. Like, I'm not one of those girls. So if you are one of those girls, I implore you, if you have the Gina Curl, to make your own videos, because, you know, some girls are like that. And if you're a black woman, you're creative, and you figured out a way to maintain it. And I implore you to make a video and teach the other girls who also have a Gina Curl, or who are considering getting a Gina Curl and don't know, how they feel about that, you know, post period. Make a video to teach everyone how to do it. Like, there's space out here for all of us. Do it. Help us all out, you know. I'm sure I'll watch it and try to do it with you, but I say all that to say that I'm not one of those girls, and that doesn't bother me. And if you can see, like, it doesn't look that bad. It just looks like volume. It's really not hard to hide at all, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I think I said already, but I think I'm 4 months. It's been 4 months without a retouch, or 4 or 5 months, around there. What size perm rods do you use? Okay, so this is gonna be long. What size perm rods do you use, and what kind of perm rods should I get? Okay, so I have a long story. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I just want to say that what size perm rods do you use? For me, I think the smaller, the better. So if you're trying to decide between 2 different types of perm rods, I think that if you're trying to decide between white and gray, and white is the bigger one, I would say go with the gray. Always go with the smaller one, and here's why. So when I got my first one, I think I did gray rods, and they were like, it was like really tight. First of all, when I first got it, my natural hair was like here maybe, but like, you know, the top was short, like it was this length, but like evenly all over, as in like the top wasn't like down to here, if you know what I mean. The top was also like short, you know, like it was all even, because it had only been 3 years, I think. So when I got it, so when I got my curl, it was like I had gray rods, and Gina was like, well, because you have a little bit of heat damage on your ends, you should go with the tighter rod, because it'll give your hair, and because it's shorter, it'll give your hair more revolutions, or otherwise it will wrap more around the curl, and the curl will form better. And I got it, and I'm gonna be honest, like my first one, I wasn't thrilled with it, because I just feel like it wasn't a length that I liked at the time. But when I look back on it, it was actually really cute, but it wasn't like I wanted, you know, long hair. Everyone wants that. So at that time, I wanted like super long hair, and I was really disappointed, because it wasn't as long as I wanted, and because it was like such a tight rod, it ended up being like curled, like, you know, here, like it was like here, but it was curled, so like I had, in my head, had lost some length. And on top of that, the ends were heat damage, so it was like the ends were stringy, like that probably was contributing to the fact, but in my mind, it was like, it's just not long enough, and like it's too curly. So then the next time I think I got white rods, which are like a little bit bigger, the next rod size up, and I liked that. That was okay. Like I enjoyed it, because like probably because I had like a little bit more length. I had finally cut off the dead ends, and like it was like kind of wavy. It wasn't like super curly. Then the next time, I think I went even bigger, and that was like a mess, because it was like there was no curl. There was no curl, and I was like, what is this? I was really upset, because it was like curled in some parts and then not curled in other parts, and I just wasn't feeling it. So then the next time I went like super tight, and I probably was also getting more length, so I should have been going tighter as well, because when you get longer hair, it weighs the curl down, which is why you need to go tighter, because inevitably your hair is going to grow, and then, you know, if you do a looser curl, you're not gonna have enough curl for your hair to like not weigh it down, if that makes sense. So then I finally got, so then after that time where I got the biggest rods, I was like, okay, I need to go small. And then I went even smaller than gray. I did pink, and then that is when I was like really obsessed with my hair, because it was maybe like up to here when it was curly. It's like up to my collarbone when it was curly, and it was pink, and it was just the most beautiful thing. And like ever since then, I haven't gone back. In fact, I've only gone tighter. I've only gone tighter and tighter and tighter ever since I did pink. So I did pink, and then I did pink, like I kept doing pink, and then my hair got really long, and then I cut off like 4 inches because I just wanted to cut, like it was getting really long. And then that time I did blue, and now I've been doing blue rods, which are like, I think like probably the tightest long ones. I don't know, actually the tightest you can go is red, but those are like this. It's like the size of this. They're tight. So I recommend, if you're trying to decide between a looser or a tighter rod, do the tighter rod, because your hair needs to wrap around the rod enough time so that you can actually get a curl to form. Like, you know when you go to the Dominicans and they're straightening your hair, and sometimes they'll put your hair in the big rollers, and then when you take them out, your hair isn't like curly, it's like, you know, wave. That's the same kind of thing with the perm rod. So if you want, like, even if you think the rod's gonna be really tight, it's gonna be loose because your hair is gonna grow, it's gonna weigh it down, and on top of that, you still need enough room for your hair to take the shape of the rod for you to have a really good, even Gina curl. So hopefully that made sense. If anyone has any more questions about that, feel free to DM me or leave a comment or whatever. But yeah, that's the fact of the matter. Do the curls loosen up over time? I feel like I just kind of said that a little bit, but going more into detail, yeah, they do loosen up over time. And I'm not sure why that happens. It doesn't mean your hair is damaged, or it doesn't mean you've been doing anything wrong. Sometimes it just happened. That happened to me. I had surgery. I had foot surgery, and Gina had told me that the anesthesia before the surgery can actually loosen it, or, you know, affect your hair somehow, which makes sense, because whenever, like, you can feel anything, like you can feel everything in your hair, like you can feel how you're treating your body in your hair. It shows. So you know, I had to get a retouch after I got my surgery, just because for whatever reason the anesthesia loosened my pattern, and sometimes that just happens. And I've already had like 2 retouches on like the ends of my hair, and basically what she does is she just uses a milder solution than the first solution that she uses like on your new growth, or if you're virgin hair, like on your virgin hair, she'll use a milder solution, or a milder product that hasn't given me any problems thus far in terms of like breakage or damage. So, you know, if that happens, it's not the end of the world. You go back to her and she fixes it for you. Yeah. But it does loosen up. That is the answer to the question. It does loosen up. Does it grow your hair? A lot of people ask me that, and I get it. Length probably will always be the move length will always be the move, but it grows your hair. Well, it grew my hair. I can say that. Like, I mean, I never had I don't think I had a problem ever with like length, but I definitely was really big on thickness, and I get a lot of compliments on how thick my hair is while still maintaining its length. So, yeah, I really have, I can't say that I have any problems with that, or have had problems with that. I can definitely attest to the Gina Curl having helped me. So, yeah. And then my final question, thank God, because I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me by now, is a lot of people ask me, do I regret it? And I hope that you can tell from this video that no, I don't regret it. Since getting it, like, I've freed up a lot of time, like a lot of time with me spending on my hair. I'm currently in nursing school, so I'm gonna need all the study time that I can get. And no, I don't really regret it. Sometimes I do miss being able to do a good puff, you know, like, cause I love a good puff. Like, it's so cute. But it takes time to do a good puff and a good fro. Like, it does take time to do that. And it takes time to maintain your hair in that state because there's so much extra steps I have to do. And now there's like way less steps that I have to do today, so, or like in general with this. And like even when my new growth comes in, I really don't even have to do that. In fact, I don't have to do anything because it looks good without it. So, yeah. So, hopefully that answered a good amount of questions. Hopefully I gave really good advice. I hope that everyone enjoyed this. And thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'm private, but as long as you message me saying that you just want to ask me about my hair and my experience with it, or like I missed any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Like, don't even think you're bothering me because I will get back to you. And it's vitamin E. I'll write it down somewhere. I was about to say downstairs. I'll write it down downstairs and you will see it. And yeah, and I also have pictures on my Instagram if you want to see my hair, like, not like this when I am like living my life as a person. Yeah. And I think that's it. Alright, sorry for the terrible video. Bye.